Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another day in my life, and if you're new to my channel, this has become a series on my channel. This kind of came from the fact that I have loved making routine videos for years, and then I saw a couple of my friends do these day in my life videos, and they feel kind of like an extension of that, a way for me to share all of the bits of beauty that I see throughout my day, all the food that I'm eating, the plants that I'm growing, my pups, my outfit, you get the gist. So if you're in a mood to watch these videos, I will link my playlist down below. So with all that being said, let's jump right in. So I've mentioned this before, but I really like to start and end my days, if possible, with a nice little stretching session. You guys know that I deal with a lot of just muscular aches and pains due to imbalances in my body, as well as growing up a dancer. I find that putting in the time to stretch and align my back and muscles to the best of my ability really helps to set me up for a more enjoyable day in general, and a day that is filled with less physical pain. On top of my stretching, if I'm in the mood for it, I'll pull out some props as well to work on different muscles that might be tender. Today I decided to do some foam rolling. It feels good. It even feels good watching me do this. So after I did that, I hopped onto my bike to do a 20-minute spin session. So I've talked about this bike before. It is amazing. I spent quite a bit of time researching bikes and trying to decide what kind of bike I wanted to invest in my house. And after a lot of thought, as well as a review from one of my friends here on YouTube, Lynette Marie, I decided to go with this bike. It's not only super affordable, less than $200. I will link it in my info box, by the way, but it's also insanely sturdy. Like, anyone could use this bike. So after I got 20 minutes in, I made my way to my bedroom. I like to make my bed at the top of the day. I've told you guys that countless times, but I don't always get to it like right when I hop out of bed. So just at some point during the morning, I like to make the bed, and I usually have time because I would kind of consider myself like a stay-at-home wife now. All of my work and a lot of my time is spent around the home, creating and cultivating and all of that jazz. So I can kind of make my bed at any point. So then I filled up my diffuser and I decided to diffuse some tangerine oil. You guys know tangerine is one of my favorite single note oils. Honestly, turning on my diffusers at the start of the day just makes the day feel like it's really begun. You know what I mean? Everything smells fresh and awake, and it just sets the mood. Now, side note, you probably didn't need to see this, but this was part of the day in my life. I found that Zoe had an accident in the hallway, so I made my way out with my thieves cleaner and I cleaned up her accident. I've told you guys this. Zoe is basically potty trained, but also like she's not. She has accidents semi-regularly, which stinks, but I love her, so I deal with it. So then I made my way downstairs to make a glass of iced tea. I like to store my loose leaf tea in this mason jar now, and I've actually started to do a lot of storage in mason jars. I've really become a fan, and once I heated up my water, I just poured it over my loose leaf steeper. By the way, all of this stuff is linked on my blog under the Shop My Kitchen tab, just in case you have any questions or are curious. And then guys, if you saw one of my last day in my lives, I talked about baking my first loaf of bread in my bread maker, and please don't laugh at me. I don't know what happened. I am having serious difficulties with my bread maker, but I'm too prideful and I don't want to waste. So even though it looks like this and is also probably the densest bread you've ever seen in your whole life, like literally I'm pretty sure this could be used as a weapon, I still decided to slice it up and eat it because I just felt like, you know what? It's edible. It's not going to be great, but it's edible. So if any of you have tips for how to use a bread maker all the way through without taking it out and putting it into the oven, feel free to let me know, because people have said that it's supposed to end up fluffy and light when you're done. And all 3 batches I've made have ended up just insanely thick and brick-like. So anyways, I did take 1 slice and I toasted it in my toaster. And while my toast was toasting, I decided that my tea was done steeping. I poured it over crunchy ice in my hydro flask. Once my toast popped up, you guessed it, I made some avocado toast. Then I squeezed some lemon juice onto the avocado, and then I took a little bit of olive oil in the cap and drizzled that on the bread as well. Then I sprinkled some red chili flakes. Honestly, how many times have you guys seen me make avocado toast? Probably like 6 billion. That's maybe rounding up a bit. But anyways, I took some everything but bagel seasoning and some goat cheese. And then I did a little splash of balsamic vinaigrette recommended to me by you guys. I added a little bit of salt on top. Wow, it was so good. I've also been adding a kale slaw with like some sliced Brussels sprouts and kimchi. Honestly, I just think that there are so many amazing ways to make avocado toast, and I want to make all of them. Bowser was very jealous of my avocado toast. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm not kidding, but he just looked so cute. I wanted to show you. Another fun little addition to my life is Dan actually made me this iPad holder for my bike. It makes biking even more fun now. Also, shout out to one of my current favorite channels, Mrs. Midwest. I've just really been enjoying her perspectives. Dan got in a couple of laps, and while he was racing, I decided to check in on my tower garden. Now, very exciting times. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know this, but a lot of my plants are thriving now. I've got jalapenos growing, my lettuce is growing back again, huge. My kale is growing, my chives are growing. I've got the biggest parsley I've ever seen growing, and all of my bok choys are literally living their best life. By the way, I will be uploading an office makeover video soonish in life. So I feel like this is weird that you can see I'm editing another day in my life video in this clip, but I've told you guys this. It changes times throughout the day. Sometimes it's the morning, sometimes it's the afternoon, sometimes it's the night, but I spend typically a couple hours a day on my computer editing or replying to emails or, you know, as I like to say, mining for money on the internet. I'm usually doing some kind of creative task or mining for money. I feel like any of you that are self-employed in a creative job understand that concept. So this was actually the day before my mom got to town, which I do have like a week in my life from when my mom was here coming up soon, but this was right before she was getting here. Actually, it might have even been the same day. And so Dan and I had to put new clean sheets on the bed. I don't know, I just thought I would showcase Zoe to the camera, and we just made the bed and prepped it for my mom. And of course, once the sheets were nice and clean, that's when Dan invited Bowser over to wrestle. Honestly, this is kind of gross, but my mom is also like so chill. I know she would not care that Dan and the dogs were playing on her bed, but that is, I realize, kind of gross. And of course, I had to open a window and diffuse some orange in my lantern diffuser for my mom. By the way, I haven't mentioned this in a while, but if any of you are interested ever in Young Living essential oils or other Young Living products I mention or show, feel free to send me a DM on my oils Instagram, because I am so in love with the products that I became a distributor last year. So I can give you all of the information, help you order, all of that jazz. So many of you commented on this top in my last video, which was my Kroger grocery haul. This was that same day. This dress is a dress that I got about 2 years ago from my neighbor, Ashley Lemieux, from her shop. I love it so much. It's very effortless and super comfortable. earrings, by the way, are from another friend of mine named Morgan. She has an Etsy shop called The Copper Knots, I believe. And I will link everything I can find if it's still available, including their shops down below. Dan and I had a couple of appointments to run, but we wanted to pick up lunch first, so we stopped by Blaze Pizza, and oh my gosh, this place is so good. I'm not kidding. Both of us were like moaning while we were eating our pizzas and saying that I don't think I've ever even had a better pizza recently. I've definitely had some good pizzas in my life, but this was so good. And I got their seasonal veggie pizza, just in case you are wondering. Oh, and I did bring a tangerine LaCroix with me, and this little macrame thing is also from my friend Morgan's shop. Honestly, eating is one of my favorite parts of being alive. For a long time, I kind of had this headspace of like, eat to live, don't live to eat. But my perspective has changed on that a lot, because I think you can do both. I think you can strive for a balance, and I honestly do think that eating is one of the greatest pleasures in life. Also, me giving you my excuses for downing an entire pizza at lunch. So then we made our way over to our hair appointment at PAI Medical Group. To those of you that don't know, Dan and I go to PAI, which is a hair restoration clinic, basically, anywhere from 1 to 2 times a week to sit under this laser, which helps to encourage hair growth in areas that have thinned. So after that appointment, we made our way to Kroger, and they had beautiful flowers and plants outside that I thought I would share with you. Then we made our way inside and did our grocery shopping. And this is the grocery shopping, like I said. I proceeded to then film the haul when I got home. The grocery store is one of my happy places. So like, don't happy places mean you need a happy dance? I honestly don't know how I'm 31. I realize that it's weird that I'm 31. I'm like a child. I'm not unaware of that. Side note, I wanted to show you this account that I found through another friend on Instagram called Deanna Cat, Deanna Cat 3. And if you're looking for like a homestead inspo account, go follow her. So when we got home, my neighbor Kelly was out on a walk with her babies. If you saw the video where I made the lasagna for my neighbors, this was the neighbor because she just had twin girls. So yeah, this was the neighbor that I made that lasagna for. This is their little pup, so cute. It's always fun to get to see Kelly like spur of the moment like this on her walks and just catch up with her on such a beautiful day in Nashville. So once I got inside, I needed to put the groceries away, but I also decided I needed to do a little fridge clean out as well. So I pulled everything out, did some wipe downs, and loaded everything back in the fridge. Honestly, how handsome is Bowser? I'm such a proud dog mom. I decided to add a little bit of dream catcher to my wrist as just kind of a mid-afternoon pick-me-up. So guys, Dan is actually in the middle of doing major construction to our house. He is knocking down the, I don't know what you'd call it, fencing kind of wall situation in our backyard because he is going to be turning our patio into an extra room. I'm a little disappointed to lose backyard space, but I'm super excited to gain another room in our house, especially because we will hopefully be growing our family soonish in life. I'm excited to get this space and also to share with you guys what we're going to be doing with it. Honestly, I'm such a princess, but it just gives me more room to expand our lounge areas and also even more wellness stuff. I have so many dreams for my mini homestead in the city. So yeah, guys, that is it for this video. If you made it this far, be sure to check out my info box because I am doing a giveaway for all of you that actually stayed to the end of my video or happen to check my info box. It's just a way for me to say thank you. I've told you guys I get way too many products, way more products than I can ever actually use. I also donate products, but I like giving things back to you guys as a way to say thank you for all of your support, whether you're new to my channel or you've been here for the last 8.5 years. I just appreciate you all a ton. And I will leave links to my day in my life playlist in my info box, as well as my grocery haul playlist, just in case you missed any of those. And I will hopefully see you guys back here very soon in life. All right, bye guys.